Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It is me, Mysterious Cameraman, and I'm finally reviewing Spider-Man in Quarantine. So this fan film released December 1st, but I just haven't been able to get up to because it didn't have English captions. Now that it finally does, I'm finally reviewing it. Here are my thoughts. But before we get into it, if you haven't already seen a teaser trailer for Spider-Man Kingpin of Time, my own fan film, go check that out. That's at the description of this video and at the end of the video. If you're a fan film creator and you want your fan film featured in the Fan Film Awards on December 30th from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern, I believe. No, 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern. Go into the link below. You can also vote for which one you want to win. Also in the link below. 2 separate Google Forms. And now let's get into the video. So what are my thoughts on Spider-Man in Quarantine? It is really interesting to me. I've heard a lot of good things about it. But on my first watch of it, there are definitely some things I want to get into, and we get into that now. So, for directing, because we're going to do the 6, it has a lot of repetitive shots. Of course, all the shots are different, but they all look the same. Like, how many times, I didn't actually count, but if you're interested, count how many times it begins with, a shot of, the legs of Spider-Man, and then it comes up in, a weird position. Because it happens a lot. But it's not directed awful. There are still a few good shots. Moving on to editing, it's nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy for a Spider-Man fan film. Compared to other Marvel fan films this year, it's definitely on the higher end. But I wouldn't say it's anything crazy. Going into the story, this is, in my opinion, where it actually really thrives. I'd say not the best for it, but the second to best. I think it's very interesting because I've never seen a fan film go into COVID, and I think it's interesting to see how Peter would go with it. One thing I don't like, though, is how there's so much of Peter and Jacob talking. It takes up a solid chunk of the runtime, and there isn't enough with Electro. Why is Electro mad at Spider-Man because he got fired from his job? I just didn't get that personally. I just thought that was weird. Also, Spider-Man's kind of an idiot in this. He is wear your mask, and then he goes into his full Spider-Man suit to the store. I just didn't think that makes much sense. I think he just kind of played a bit dumb. I don't know. It just wasn't written right. But Electro is a good villain. Electro is he is kind of scary. I don't really know why he's scary, but I do like that he's scary. Moving on to acting, this is where I think this really thrives. I think the Peter actor isn't amazing, but I say the actor's really good at Peter. I think same with the Jacob. I think Jacob is very good as this kind of Ned lead instead of having a love interest, because sometimes a love interest is very difficult to write into a story. I also think Electro is acted well, even though he is kind of just blank dialogue. Moving on to choreography, this is where I think there's a few issues with the story. Not that, but you know what I mean. It has the I don't want to hit you, but I'm gonna try to hit you choreography. If you saw my prom night review, and you saw the man punching Spider-Man punching the man, and the man's head turning before the punch, that type of thing. It's not bad, but it's kind of obvious. Music is where I have to go to, where I'm really gonna rip this fan film apart. I don't hate the fan film. I actually really like it, but this is where I'm really gonna destroy it. It steals music from the real movies. The amount of scenes that that misuse music, they don't put music in the right places. They either put it in bad places or they don't put it in good places. They also don't have any original themes. I think they had Tobey Maguire's. I think they had Tom Holland's. They had Electro's from Spider-Man 2. Oh my god. And then there was a scene where Peter was crying. And there wasn't any music until he was done crying to lead into the next scene of him walking. It just there was nothing good. And the music had there was, I think at the final battle, it was the Electro theme, then it just immediately cuts to the Spider-Man theme when Spider-Man's winning, and then back to the Electro theme when Electro's winning. even though they should flow naturally, I personally just did not think them. I think that's where the film actually failed completely. It was I do not understand how a fan film could fail that much at the music. I'm not I know it sounds so mean how I'm ripping into it for the music, but the music stood out to me so much. Is how did they screw it up this much in a fan film that's this good? Because if the music was good in this could be one of the best fan films of all time. I just think the issue is that the music kind of screwed it over. But yeah, I'm gonna say this naturally. If it had good music, like not copyrighted but real good original themes, it could be one of the best fan films of all time. I'm gonna say that how it is. Okay, so overall, I really love this. I know I ripped into the music a lot, but besides that, directing pretty good, editing pretty good, story and acting are amazing, choreography pretty good. It's overall a really good fan film. I'd give it probably an 8.5 out of 10. I don't really like giving 0.5s, but I feel like this is a very weird no, I'll just give it an 8 so there's not outrage about it, but I'll probably give it an 8.5. Actually, an 8's just fine. I'll just give it an 8 so there's no confusion. This gets an 8 out of 10. It's pretty good. I really like a lot of it, but doesn't have I think there are just so many little things that usually aren't an issue but really added up in this with a 33-minute runtime, that if you have so many issues in a 33-minute runtime, it really stands out compared to Prom Night with a 1-hour runtime. If they had the same amount of issues, you don't feel it as much in Prom Night. Not just me personally. But besides that, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll give this an 8 out of 10. If you haven't already seen the teaser trailer for Spider-Man the Kingpin Inside my own fan film, that's in the description and about to show up at the end of this video. If you want to vote for the Fan Film Awards, which are December 30th from 8 to 9 p.m., that's in the description of this video. And also, if you want to, if you're a fan film creator and you want your fan film featured in it, that's also in the description. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.